Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new. This is Tiffany and today I'm sharing with you a little bit different of a video. Today's video is going to be all about meal planning. You guys, one of the biggest things that we have control over with our budget is meal planning. I mean, like right now, my electric bill was double. The highest my electric bill has ever been in the summertime was like about $3.80, and that was when we really cranked the air last summer. That was the highest I ever had it. Last month, my electric bill was $560, and they're saying it's because of gas prices. I don't know. But this month it was high again, and I'm sorry, but where does that money come from when you have these higher electric bills, higher gas prices, inflation on groceries, things like that? You only have so much that comes in, but all this is expected to go out. So one of the things that I'm trying to do this month and really focus on it, because I am so bad about going to the store and just picking up extra things just out of convenience, or you guys know that Aldi's aisle of shame. I tend to navigate there and pick things up. So my goal is to get on a better budget with my groceries. So I'm going to share with you some easy tips on how maybe this will help you guys and how it's going to help me, and I'm going to share this experience and see how this goes. I've always loved meal planning. I've always loved having a meal binder, doing all that kind of stuff, but sometimes I have great intentions and I just fall off the wagon. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I tend to do that. I have great ideas and it just goes to the wayside. We end up getting food out or doing something else, and then you've blown your whole budget. Because I don't know about you guys, but now if we go out to dinner for our family of 6, where I have a 16-year-old that eats like a man, and I've got my 12-year-old that now like doesn't get kids meals anymore, and he eats like a man also, it's like $90 some for us to go out to dinner, and that is at a very like affordable restaurant. That's not even fancy stuff. So it's insane. We just can't do that. So biggest thing is I want to cook more, and I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, don't live a little bit, eat something out, but I want to rein in our budget on grocery shopping. So they say what you should do is for each member of your family, and there's 6 of us. So if there's 2 of you, if there's 1 of you, if there's 5 of you, I mean, I don't even know about 1 if that would work. So one of the things that I can control is my budget with meal planning. I can't always control all of the groceries that are out there and the prices of them, but I can control what I pick up and what I don't pick up. So what they say is what you should go with, this is pre-inflation, is $25 per person in your family a week. So if you have 4 people in your family, they used to say $100 a week. See if you can get by with that. This includes your toiletries and other items like that. That might be stretching it now with inflation. So they say you can go up. You can go up $5, you can go up $10 a person, what you need to make that fit, but to stick to that. So I'm going to test this out this week. I do still plan to stockpile, do things like that, but I'm going to see if I can't get my budget down to about, since inflation, $30 per person in our family, which would equal out to about $180. Now, to some people that might not seem like a lot, and that really depends on your geographic location also. I live in Kentucky, we live in a smaller area, and our Aldi is the most affordable for us. So you guys, I'm not telling you to go to Aldi. If Walmart is your cheapest, if Publix is your cheapest, if Piggly Wiggly, if Winn-Dixie, whatever is your cheapest place to buy your groceries and most affordable for you with your geographic location, by all means do that. But I'm going to share some tips on how to save money. So the old school method of when you would meal plan is you would get all of your recipe books out, you would get all of your Pinterest boards out, you would do all of that sort of thing and just start writing down like what meals you want and writing out the ingredients and doing that whole thing. And I did that for a very long time. But now, and this applies to people that have like maybe a small stockpile or even some pantry staples in their cabinets, they say what you should do is go and look through your cabinets. Look through your pantry, look through your freezer, look through your refrigerator. Shop from within your house first for those items and build your meal plan off of that. Because otherwise this stuff is just sitting there. And I know some people have huge hoarded stockpiles, and that's awesome if you have that. By all means, shop from that. There's no sense in saving everything for later. when you can replenish the supply, like a working pantry. So what I have is I did buy a bunch of stuff recently because I had a little bit of extra in the month, and I bought some cans, things like that. So I've got a ton of canned goods. My meat selection is way down. A tip for you guys, the cheapest possible way to buy meat, if you have extra, say on your income tax in the year, your tax time, or you get a bonus or anything like that, or if you just have a little bit of extra money that comes your way, the best way to get meat, if you eat ground beef and things like that, or pork, is to go to a local butcher. That works for us, because in store it's like $5.99 a pound for some of the meat. It is like, I think it used to be $3.50. Maybe it is $3.50. About $3.50 a pound from the butcher. So yes, it's a huge cost up front if you get a fourth or a half of a cow or something like that. But in the long run, if you invest in that up front, imagine how much money that saves you from having to go to the grocery store and pick out what's left over and pay those full prices at $5.99. It's insane. So I always say, if you can afford it, to go to a butcher, your meat is going to be much cheaper, and a lot of times a lot healthier, because it's not packed with all that extra stuff in it. So anyway, let's get started on this. What I'm going to do is go through my pantry. We're going to do my meal plan as we go. You can put your meal plan on anything. Put it on paper. I have done the same type of meal writing. Like when I go to the grocery store, I make my list. I section it off with 6 boxes on the front, and I do 6 on the back, but I don't have that many. I do it, I'll even show you guys, but you can even put your meal plan if you guys like organize things. I got this for like $6 off Amazon, I think, but you can do it in this. This is just a little book you keep track of, take it with you. There's room for your shopping list. There's room for breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, and days of the week. I'm always sporadic with what day it is to go shopping on, so hopefully I'll get that under control. Another thing is, I have this, and I eventually will share one of these with you guys. You can make this so easy. This is my food, my menu, what do you want to call this? My meal planner. This is recipes, like maybe I've printed off the internet, if I've gotten it out of Pinterest, if it's family recipes, I've gotten them out. So it's sectioned, actually it's a mess right now, but what it is, I have tabs. So I've got like my breakfast, things that I know, and I have rated even like if we love them, if these are our favorite, you know, all that kind of stuff. I have it like roped off by sides and veggies, by chicken meals, by beef and turkey, because you guys know me and my ground turkey. Just tons of recipes. And then like sweets, of course, because that needs its own section. But I keep track of the recipes in here. Some are handwritten, some I've tried to make neat and legible, because some you just couldn't see. But this is our family like meal binder. And it's inexpensive. Like I think I paid $2 for this binder on sale when the school supply section was on sale. And I think I had a lot of laminating sheets left over when I used to do couponing. And then the dividers, I just got at, you know, Walmart. So you can make one of these for yourself. Eventually we'll put printables on here for you guys for free if I can figure out how to attach those. But you can find them on Pinterest. You can make them in Canva for free. Or you can just use paper and handwrite it. But this is something that will save you a lot of, later on, a lot of time and money, because you'll have it all in one place and you guys can know what your family likes. So like I said, you can make your meal plan in this, or you can use good old-fashioned notebook paper. So what I did, I'm going to show you guys my pantry. This is what I have in my kitchen. It's like custom made to the house, and our house is older. So I have kept track. I wrote it all down. I went through and did this last night. I wrote down everything in my pantry. Well, not that, because I have extra of that. I wrote down all of this. This is my canned goods. I wrote down all of those, all of my broths, because this is the most important stuff to me. And I wrote down all of that, all of the seasoning, all of the spices, all of the dry goods. This is all of my baking stuff, you know, and this is my rice, and I've got ramen noodles. I get the rice at Sam's. Then I've kept track of all of this stuff, what I use, what I need. Obviously, I'm almost out of that, you know, this kind of. So I know what condiments I have that I can mix and use in place of. I'm running very low on everything else. That's leftovers. But like this, normally it's a stack full. I'm out of all of this. I'm out of all of my extra produce, just a little bit of fruit. So I've got a little bit of eggs, and then, well, this is just a mess. This is like frozen tortillas. I've got smoothie stuff I can make. The rest is bare. We are out of everything. So this might not work for everybody, but I kept track of it. And then I had this produce that I need to use up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm either gonna use this in dinner, or I'm gonna cut these up and freeze them for another day so they don't go bad. And I can also do the same with the onion. I can either use it this week or cut it up. So that is the tip, guys. If you have bananas that are going bad, if they're turning brown and getting nasty, freeze them. If you have produce that is going bad, cut it up and freeze it. You can stick that stuff in the freezer and use it for another day. I have an entire freezer downstairs that is mostly just vegetables that I've either gotten on sale. I've bought one set for home and another set for another time because they're on clearance prices. Chopped them up and put them in my freezer. That saves you a ton of money and time later. Yes, it's painful at once, but if you're cutting something up anyway, cut stuff up for another day, freeze it. It saves you so much money. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what we're gonna do. No, this doesn't look beautiful, but I made a list. I wrote down everything that was in my cabinets that I can use, that I can pull from. And then what you can do, here's how I make my list. I'm also gonna be doing some freezer breakfast next week. So what I've done, what I've always done for as long as I've been meal planning, you guys, I make a line. You don't have to do it this way. This is just what works for me. I put my meat, my fruit and my veggies, my canned goods, my baked goods, my frozen, my dairy. I like to separate it out that way. My house stuff, like that's like toiletry items, my beverages and my snacks. And then if you need to fill anything else out, like if they don't have it, I'll have to write it down and get it somewhere else. So all I'm gonna do is I know what items that I have in my pantry. I'm already aware of that. I know some things I can use that I would overlook, and I would just start like going to Pinterest and searching Pinterest. So what I'm gonna do, I mean, there's certain items that you know you need. Like I need eggs, I know that. I need bread, I get that weekly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from this, and I'll write down what's left after I pull from it, and I'm gonna use it for a meal. Because I'm going to shop from home before I shop in the store. So I'm going to pull the items out here first. In the long run, that's going to save me money. And what I'm going to do with that extra money, like if I hopefully, cross my fingers, can spend $180 today at the grocery store, then what I'm going to do is if I spend $150, I'm going to take that $30 and put it to the side each week. And I'm going to do like a once a month stockpile haul, like to build up my pantry. I'm not going to waste that money. I'm going to put it aside. If I have to take it out or just keep track of it, that's what I'm going to do, because that is what I'm going to use to build my working pantry. That way I don't pull more and more out of our bank, and in the long run I'm saving money and I'm having food storage for my family. So like I said, this might not work for everybody, but this is what we're going to do, and we're going to attempt it, and we're going to do this together, guys. So let me start writing out, and then we'll see what we come up with for our meal plan for the week.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
So I went through my binder. I went through the meals that I know that our family likes and that we eat. I went through the ingredients that I have on hand. I mean, obviously I am out of beef. I'm out of the meat part. I wish I had that a fully stocked freezer. If I did, then oh my gosh, I wouldn't hardly need anything from the store except for our basic necessities, which would be like milk, things like that we run out of that you have to replenish, you know, because our kids drink like a million things. Actually, our kids waste a ton of stuff. But they're not going to be happy because I said this week I wasn't going to go to the store and buy like all the snacky things. I want to try to bake more because one, and I know a lot of people don't have that time, but I'm a stay-at-home mom, so yes, I do have a lot going on, but I'm going to try to make time to bake things because one, if it's baked from home, it's usually healthy-ish. You know, we're still going to throw the sweets in there and the sugar and stuff, but it's not processed. So, and it's cheaper in the long run. If you can make things, then it is so much cheaper than that prepackaged stuff. So what I did was I made my list. Obviously, I will always stock up on produce. I love fresh produce, and if I don't use it, I'm going to make sure I freeze it. So I do plan to prep out, do some meal prepping, do some freezer cooking, do some stuff like that, but Ryan is not a huge fan of the freezer dinners. He prefers to have it, he likes the freezer breakfast because you can grab it and go. Gavin loves freezer breakfasts. So my kids do like that. So I'm going to try to do a freezer breakfast meal plan. But as far as like, I made my meal plan based off what I had. So my meal plan for the week, you guys, I plan, hopefully, crossing my fingers, going to stick to this because it doesn't leave me with needing to buy a ton of stuff. So I'm going to make French onion burgers because I have the French onions on hand. I'm going to probably serve it with some French fries. I'm going to get potatoes. I can cut them and air fry them myself with some Parmesan cheese, olive oil, simple. And probably some corn because we have tons of corn. We have tons of vegetables, so it'll be mix and match with that. We have a ton of vegetables in there, and I do have a lot of vegetables in the freezer. Then a tried but true recipe that our family absolutely loves. I've shared it with you guys before. I'm going to share it with you again. Santa Fe soup. It is Ryan's aunt's recipe, and it's amazing. So private with sandwiches because that's usually the go-to. Then Wednesday, which I'll mix this up some. Oh my gosh, you guys, last week I made chicken enchiladas. I've made chicken enchiladas before. I've never ever made chicken enchiladas like this recipe. Ryan said it was 10 out of 10. That was his favorite recipe I've ever made. So the kids devoured them after everybody complained about me making them. They were amazing. I'm going to make those this week because I have everything except for the chicken on hand and probably the sour cream. I've got the wraps in the freezer, things like that. I bought them when they were on sale. Then Ryan's hopefully finally going to get his real meatloaf. I'm really only lacking the meat part of that. I've got all the other ingredients that go with that to use up in my cabinet. Then Friday, Philly cheese skillet. This is something I've made before. I've got all the vegetables. I just got to buy the meat. And I'll probably make my own rolls. And then we can do like, well, actually I'll buy the breading for that because I need sub buns. I wrote that wrong. And then I've got French fries down in the freezer that I can use. And then Saturday, crock pot chili, because I have everything for that. I'll probably make crock pot sweet potato chili, but I won't tell Ryan because he won't want the sweet potatoes in it, and I won't tell the kids. And you guys, like I have squash down in the freezer that is like pureed. You can always throw those things into your recipes because as a filler. Don't use your protein source as the main thing. If you're using like chicken as your main source, then that's going to cost a lot more. You can throw things in and fill it. You can put, I call them fillers, but healthy fillers. You can put vegetables into things that like sauce, like into pasta sauce, things like that that can be hidden and that don't really have a taste. So, like I have a massive zucchini on the counter that my friend gave me. Her mom cooked. You guys gotta see this. Look at this zucchini. I just have to show you. Look at this thing. This is insane, but this will be greatly used. I will chop that sucker up and use it. So, and I will hide it. And then we'll make chicken pot pie and crescent rolls. This is probably the Instant Pot recipe. I've already got all the vegetables, like I said, on hand because I bought them forever ago. I just need the chicken. So a lot of my grocery items I already have on hand. If you guys are new to this, if you don't have those groceries on hand, you can start a little bit at a time and stock up. A lot of people say the rule of thumb is buy one now, buy two for later. So if they are on a huge clearance and you can afford it, do it because you will thank yourself later. And in the long run, if you were going to buy it anyway, it will save you money. Also, don't buy stuff just because it's like, don't buy the trendy stuff. Don't buy the things that, like, unless you're 1000% going to stick to it, don't buy all the fads. Don't buy the things like, I'm going to eat all this salad and be this super healthy person, and it's great intentions, but then if you're going to throw it away, then you're burning a hole in your pocket. Stick to the things that your family eats, that you eat, that you know you're going to use up, because that is one of the best ways to save money. And I know I do that too. I do buy things and I do let them go bad, and it's terrible. So I'm really trying to rein it in and keep it under control. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight on how you can maybe meal plan and save money. If I can figure out how to link down like some simple meal planners for you guys, I will do that. If I can't figure that out, then I will definitely do that at some point. But if I can't, use what you have. Use paper. I mean, that's a good old-fashioned way. Or use your technology. I don't like to use my phone for that stuff. I like the old school stuff. But you guys, you can do this. You can get your budget under control if you are struggling just like me, to keep it, because life is busy. Life gets crazy, and sometimes the easiest thing to do is to grab something out. But in the long run, that ends up draining our budget. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be sharing my grocery haul with you, so we'll see if we stay, I'm going to try this for the month. I'm going to try so hard to keep this under budget. And then if I have extra left over, I'm going to try. I need some stuff from Sam's, but I'm not there yet with my budget, so I cannot just go and spend that money. So I'm going to try to use that excess money, hopefully I don't get in the negative. Then I will use it there and share that haul with you. But I love you guys. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.